Stephen Gold.
You wrote The Return of Breaking Law?
Guilty. Are you about to start a divorce case or take any one of 171 steps in certain civil, family or tribunal proceedings? Well, get a move on. You see, 171 court and tribunal fees are going up early next month. The 1st of April is probably the favourite day for activation, when you'll be busy trying to be the first person to get in their tax return for the current financial year on the 6th of April. The rise in those 171 fees is inflationary to the tune of 3.2%, but it will be greater at 13.5% in a small number of instances. Parliamentary approval is needed, but there's little doubt about that. By pulling your finger out and taking the legal step now, you'll beat the increase. Here are some examples of what the new fees will look like. To start that divorce or nullity or civil partnership dissolution case, you'll have to shell out £612. That's an extra £19. A contested financial application in matrimonial proceedings will be a tenner more. To make a general application in the course of a county court or high court civil claim, it will cost you £313. And court fees for enforcing civil and family orders, say by putting in the bailiff, will go up by 3.2%, also for bringing possession proceedings. The help with fees system, otherwise called fee remission, remains intact, so that if you're on benefits or a low income, you ought to qualify for no fee or a reduced fee. A small number of more remote fees are being reduced, but just 23 of them, and in those cases you would save money by waiting for the changes if you can, rather than rushing in now. To check whether the step you intend to take will cost more or less, go here. Do you live in a block of flats and hold a long lease of your home? And does the freeholder or property management company do a lousy job of dealing with repairs and organising other jobs that are legally down to them? You don't say. Then stick around.
What can you do about it?
Well, you could club together and buy the freehold. Various conditions have to be satisfied, or if it's the management company that is at fault, you could make a tribunal application for a new management company to be appointed. Or, and this is becoming increasingly popular, you and the other leaseholders could take control yourselves through a right to manage company. The freeholder may go along with it. If the freeholder objects, the tribunal will decide. Again, there are qualifying conditions that must be satisfied. At least one half of you must agree, and the building must contain at least 2 flats. There are other conditions as well.
Why did you recommend sticking around? Are you serving tea?
Well, the law's just changed, making the right to manage company a more attractive route to solving management problems. Up until the 3rd of this month, that's the 3rd of March, the right to manage company was obliged to pay the freeholder's costs in dealing with the company's claim to take over. And if the freeholder objected and the tribunal threw out the company's application to take over management, the company has had to pay the freeholder's costs of the tribunal proceedings. Well, the liability to pick up these costs has now been scrapped, making it less likely that the freeholder will object to the claim. And there's been another change where the building has a mixed use, say a shop on the ground floor and flats above. If at least 1/4 of the building was given over to non-residential use, the right to manage couldn't be claimed. But that's been increased to 1/2. So the leaseholders of flats in more mixed-use buildings will now qualify for the right to manage.
And another change?
You want your money's worth, don't you? If residential leaseholders are after acquiring the building's freehold or extending their lease, the requirement for them to have been around for at least 2 years before they can do that has been scrapped. The change there came in on the 31st of January 2025.
You can download a free March video fact sheet from breakinglaw.co.uk. This will give you easy access to any links mentioned in the video.